What is going on, everyone? Mike Singer from blueandgold.com, recruiting insider covering Notre Dame football. Guest on today's show is Amorion Walker, a class of 2022 athlete, recent Under Armour All-American invitee. So certainly congratulations on that. You committed to Notre Dame back on March 10th, picking the Irish over, 15, 16 other schools or so. And been committed to the Fighting Irish for about 3 months, but there's been some certain recent developments happen in your recruitment, which we'll touch on here in a minute. But let's just first talk about Notre Dame. What's the committed life been like for you, and why'd you pick Notre Dame initially?
It's been great. I say initially I picked Notre Dame was for the staff. Very loving people. I got to give credit to Coach Dale Alexander and Coach Tommy Reeves and Coach Kelly. They took the time. Put me on Zoom calls every other day. 3, 4 times a week. Talk to my family. 3, 4 times a week. Stay in touch. Let them know how much they want me. And how we can do better things at the program. So I got to give all my credit to the staff. They built a loving relationship with me, like I was one of their own. So I
So
can't ask for more.
certainly got to talk about the past 48 hours or so. You got an offer from Alabama after running a 4.41 40-yard dash at their camp, and then Michigan decided to offer you, and then invited to the Under Armour All-America game just in the span of a couple days. So what have the past 2 days been like for you? I'm sure it's been hectic and a lot of people hitting you up and congratulating you and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of buzz lately. A lot of buzz. From not even those schools that just offered me. 10, 12 other schools hit me up. Really once they seen everything I can do. Bama. It really put me out there. You seen I ran the 4.41 at the camp. That was the fastest time there. They clocked me in at 22.4 miles per hour. I jump a 40-inch vertical. You know, so like this is something I've been new. I just been hurt. I only played in a game and a half last season. First game I played it was against Berlin Martin, the number one team in the state metro area. I had 2 touchdowns against them. And then the other game, I had a touchdown, and an interception in the second game I played, and I only played a quarter. So, like, only in the game and a half span, I had, 3 touchdowns in the pick, and that's only in the game and a half. So that can tell you, like, the season I was about to have. You know, God works mysterious ways, so, maybe he just sat me down for something better, and I ain't going to sit here and pout about it. I know the fans, they twin, tell the doubt on me because I don't have the film, of a Notre Dame, the player they say they want, or I'm not a 4 star, top ESPN 300 player, but only thing I can tell them is just sit back and watch. I'm working, I know I'm working, I know the player I am, so it's not too much more I can ask for. The media always gonna be the media at the end of the day, so
Yeah,
all I can do is play football.
and now you're an Under Armour All
Yeah,
American, so that's not too bad. And certainly some big
right.
offers will just keep on pouring in. So let's talk about where things stand now, because you got the Notre Dame commitment. It's been 3 months of that, and then picking up new offers. So how much are you looking at other schools? Where do things stand with Notre Dame? Kind of break that down for me.
I stand 100% Notre Dame still. The staff believed in me early. I'm gonna believe in them late. You know, so I'm still 100% with them. They know I'm 100%. I still talk to them every day. It's not like stuff dying down. I still talk to them every day. I get on, hop on the phone with Dale anytime. He tell me to call him anytime. Him and Tommy Reeves. Then it's the relationship we got. Like I was on a call with Coach Reeves the other day, and we was talking about the Mavericks game and how Luca was going for 50 points. So like that's not stuff you can just do with everyday coaches. So besides that, I feel like loving style, opportunity. They told me I'm gonna have a good opportunity to come and play early. Be an immediate impact. You know, it's not too much I can ask for.
I'm sure some of the conversations here in the past couple of days in Notre Dame, they're probably like, oh, you're picking up these offers. All right. Like, I mean, are you good with us? I mean, what have the past couple days been like with Notre Dame's? I'm sure you're saying, hey, I'm good. Like, I'm committed to you guys, but they're probably like, well, that's Alabama. We still got to make sure you're good with us. So what have the past couple days been like with Notre Dame?
So the past couple of days, I've been really having a talk with the coaching staff and stuff. They're like, we knew this was happening. We saw you first. Like we knew the Alabama was gonna come. We knew the Under Armour, All American was gonna come. We seen all that happening. We seen you ain't play your junior season. They was just saying that stuff they knew, and I knew they knew. Because they believed in me. They shot me the offer. They took my commitment. They believed in me. They knew I could do better for the program. So they know it's a really a one-on-one relationship with us. They know what's going on. Before I went to Bama, or before I went to Ole Miss, with my team, I hit them first. I let them know, look, I'll be here, on this day, doing this. So, if anything's happening, y'all not out the blue, y'all know what's going on. So we just did good, keeping in touch.
Now, your official visit will be your first time going to Notre Dame, June 25th through the 27th.
First
What are you
time.
looking forward to most about that official visit?
Looking forward to everything about it, the campus, the players, coaching staff, the town as a whole, all that. I want to be part of all that. I want to see, what all Notre Dame's, gonna give me, what they for my family, how they gonna love it. I'm just ready for it all.
Got to ask you about Notre Dame quarterback commit Steve Angeli. Before we started recording, in our few attempts to try to get this going, we kept having some technical issues. But what's he meant to you these past few months? He committed to Notre Dame on March 4th. You were 6 days later. I'm sure he's built a good relationship with you, and you guys are I'm sure can't wait to throw with each other one day.
Yeah, that's my guy. So, yeah, I think he was the first, Notre Dame player to, hit me up, just asking me what's good, telling me to come and stuff. Ever since that day, we just been real tight. We still text to this day. We talk about random stuff. Friends. Stuff like that. Even though he stay in New Jersey, I started stay all the way in Louisiana. He makes sure he keep in touch with us, and I think he do that with a lot of players. Not just me. Very loving guy, humble, down to earth, great player. I'm just happy Notre Dame got him.
Absolutely. So last thing, Alabama and Michigan offering you as a DB, whether that's a corner safety, you really feel like you could play multiple spots back there. Notre Dame has you committed as a wide receiver. Do you have a preference on the two positions? Is it more of, I want to go to the school that best fits me. I don't care about the position. Or are you now talking to Notre Dame about like, hey, could I play DB there? 'Cause, maybe they've even talked to you about someone like Cam Hart who, started out at Notre Dame as a receiver, but then since has moved to cornerback. So what are some of those conversations like? What are you thinking?
Well, they want me to play, receiver. There's possibility I can come there, and be DB. If they feel like I'm good enough to play DB. I always had a defensive mindset. One of the first positions I ever played, in football. I kind of really outgrown the DB position, but apparently it's a grossing stock, in the college level though. But high school era, my coach moved me to receiver, and they needed me there, filled in the spot, did what I had to do, get us to a playoff. So I've been playing receiver ever since. But I really don't have no preference on playing, receiver or DB in college, either one. I'm comfortable at both positions, so it really don't matter to me.
Amarion, I really appreciate you coming on here. Typically when I'm trying to interview recruits, or I'm going after those interviews, you contacted me. You were like, hey, I want to come on here.
Yeah,
I remember after you committed in that video, I talked about, hey, Amarion's a pretty fast guy, runs a 4.5, 4.6. You texted me. You were not very happy about that. You're like, no, you need to know I run a 4.4. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate you and being candid and wanting to come on here and talk about yourself and clear up where things stand with your Notre Dame commitment, man. Before I let you go, anything else you'd want to discuss? Message to Notre Dame fans before we let you off?
Sit back and watch. That's all I can tell them. Sit back and watch. Show coming. That's it.
You heard it here first, folks. That's Amorion Walker, Notre Dame wide receiver commit in the 2022 class.